my dear students, today inshallah we are going to study the past simple tense. But before studying the past simple tense, let's know verb to be. Verb to be, as you know, we have studied verb to be in the present simple before, which is am and is and are. Am with I, is with he, she, it singular nouns, are with you, we, they, and plural nouns. The past form of verb to be or verb to be in the past simple is was and were. Was is the past of am and was is the past of is. So was comes with I, he, she, it, and singular nouns. Where is the past form of are. The past of are, where. Where comes with you, we, they, and plural nouns. The negative with verb to be in the past, the negative of was, wasn't, the negative of were, weren't. Also, we can use verb to be in the past or we can use was and were to make yes or no question. To use was and were in making yes or no questions, we start with was and were plus subject. As you know, subject can be noun or pronoun. This is verb to be in the past. Let's study the past simple tense. First, let's know what are the usages of the past simple tense. In which situations I can use the past simple tense. We use the past simple for an action which happened at certain time or specific time in the past. Or something happened and finished. And in the past simple tense, we use the second form of the verb. As you know, we have infinitive form, which is the base form of the verb, the infinitive form, and the second form of the verb, which is in the past. The second form of the verb, this is the form which we are using in the past simple tense. Let's read the example. We swam in the pool yesterday. Here, the action of swimming in the pool happened yesterday. That means the action of swimming happened yesterday and finished. The next example, she watched a new movie in the cinema last Friday. Here, the action of watching the movie happened last Friday and finished. Second usage of the past simple tense for actions which happened immediately one after the other in the past. That means we have more than one action. More than one action happened after each other in the past. For the example, he got out of bed, went to the kitchen, and turned on the coffee machine. Here, how many actions here? In the example, we have 3 actions. We have the action of getting out of the bed, and the action of going to the kitchen, and the action of turning on the coffee machine. That means we have here 3 actions. 3 actions happened after each other in the past. So, the second usage of the past simple tense to talk about more than one action happened after each other in the past. The third usage of the past simple tense we use for past habits which are now finished, or habits I stopped doing them now. For example, I played tennis 10 years ago. That means I was playing tennis 10 years ago, but I stopped playing tennis now. I used to play tennis in the past, but I stopped playing tennis now. In the other example, she collected stamps when she was 15. That means she used to collect stamps in the past, but she stopped doing that now. Or when she was 15 years old, she used to collect stamps and she stopped doing it now. يبقى the third usage of the past simple tense for past habits which are now finished. What are the time expressions of the past simple tense? The time expressions of the past simple we have here yesterday, last, we can use last with last night, last summer, last year, last week, last month, last Friday, ago, and any year before now. 1994, 2010, any year before now. The spelling rules. As you know, we use the past form or the second form of the verb. So we have to change the verb from present into past. How? How can I use the verb from present into past? First, to change the verb from present into past, we add d or ed or ied to the verb. If the last letter is e, we add d to the verb. Like in bake, the last letter in bake is e. We just add d, it will be baked. Arrive, the last letter is e. We add d to change it into past, it will be arrived. Like, the last letter is e. We add d to change it into past, it will be liked. So, the first spelling rule to change the verb from present into past, if the last letter is e, we just add d to the verb. The second spelling rule, if the letter before the last letter is vowel, we duplicate the last letter and add ed to the verb. Like in travel, the letter before the last letter is e. E is vowel. So I will duplicate the last letter, which is L, and add ed. It will be traveled. The same with clap. The letter before the last letter is A. A is vowel. So I will duplicate the last letter, which is P, and add ed. It will be clapped. The third spelling rule, which we have here, if the last letter is Y and before Y is consonant, we drop Y and put IED. Like in tidy, the last letter is Y and before Y is D. D is consonant, so I will cancel Y and add IED. The same with cry. The last letter is Y and before Y is consonant, which is R, so I will cancel Y and add IED. It will be cried. The last spelling rule here, it isn't spelling rule. Here we have some verbs which are called irregular verbs. There are some verbs which don't follow any of the spelling rules and they don't have a rule. These verbs are called irregular verbs and we study them as they are. We have some verbs in English. These verbs are called irregular verbs. They are called irregular verbs because they don't follow any of the spelling rules. They are changing from present into past without any rule. So you have to study it as it is. Like go, the past form of go, went, the past form of write, wrote, the past form of have, had. To make negative in the past simple tense. How can we make negative in the past simple tense? To make negative in the past simple, we use didn't plus infinitive verb. He didn't play volleyball last Monday. My dad didn't have lunch in the restaurant yesterday. This is the form of negative in the past simple tense. 1-4. To make yes or no question in the past simple tense, we use did plus subject. As you know, subject can be noun or pronoun plus infinitive verb. For example, did Mary do her homework? Yes, she did her homework. No, she didn't do her homework. Did Mary is subject, do is infinitive verb, To make WH question in the past simple tense. How can we make WH question in the past simple tense? To make WH question in the past simple, we use question word plus did plus subject plus infinitive verb. As you know, any question word is followed by helping verb. And the helping verb is changing according to the tense which you are going to use in the question. If you are making WH question in the past simple tense, the helping verb which you are going to use is did. A question word plus did plus subject. Subject can be noun or pronoun plus infinitive verb. For example, where did you travel in 2007? Where, question word to ask about the place, did, helping verb, you, subject pronoun, travel, infinitive verb. I, as you know, this question in the past, so the answer must be in the past. So when you are going to answer the question, you have to change the verb from present into past. Here the answer will be I traveled to England. I traveled to